I'm just here rolling in more KilMat. I want to try to get the seats back in the car today. This is my goal. This is definitely tiring on the knees, being crouched in the car like this. I'm excited for this to be over with. If you have a project vehicle, put it in the comments what it is. I'd love to hear what you guys have. Oh, it's tons of fun. Jimmy James is going to have lots of fun when he does it on his car. I'll sit on the milk crate and have the Mountain Dew in my hand and just watch him do it. Is it as fun as going to get a Pontiac Safari? So this is a '54 Buick Super, and I'm putting my KilMat sound deadening mat in it. Helps with noise or keeping the heat out or keeping the cold in, vice versa. So it's a bought by your local Amazon. So I'm doing it since I had pulled everything out of the car uh, this last year when I lived out in the farm fields. I had some mice get into my car, so they kind of made a mess of everything in here. So pulled everything out to clean it up and make it right, and figured let's just go the extra step and put the kill mat in it while I have everything out and get rid of all the rust. And do the pour 15 on the car, which I didn't end up having enough pour 15. So I'll have to get some more, and I'll probably have to do the kill mat on this later. I want to get the floor at least, and then I'll come back and do the windows since there's a crack in this window. It's down right now, and some of the other windows got cracked. So I'm gonna have to pull them apart anyways in the future. So I don't really want to block up all my stuff I got to pull off. Hi, Traden. How are you? This is actually not too bad to do. Just time consuming. I've been doing it for about 4 hours now. Hi, Sydney. Remember, if you guys like the car, like the channel, make sure you subscribe. My channel is all about fabrication, welding, and oh, that was weird. The door just moved by itself. Fabrication, welding, and cars. I know this is pretty fun stuff, but it is making the car look so much better. It's going to be much better ride quality inside the cab. It'll block out a lot of road noise, and it makes the car feel like a not a pile of shit. So I'm happy with it. Let's- they're not necessarily acoustic mats. They're like sound deadening. I don't know if that's the same thing. Um, but yeah, it's for helping the block out the road noise and make the car cab, A lot more pleasant to ride in since these older cars aren't known for being quiet. So when you have a bad, nasty noise and you just want to ignore it, you don't have to turn up the radio. You just can just block it out with the mat. They're actually pretty inexpensive. I think that I bought this box for like $73, and it came with like 36 square feet of mat. So not too bad for the quality of what you're getting, I think. Gonna make it like a new car. This is a 54 Buick Super. Um, it's kind of a less common car. You don't really see them around that much, like the 55 Chevys. It's a 54 Buick Super. So it looks a lot like the 55 Chevys. It was actually, a year prior. It was the first one to come out with the wraparound windshields. But it's like a big 55 is the best way to describe it, if you know what a Tri-5 Chevy is. Do you have a project car yourself? You guys have any project cars yourself? Put it in the comments. I like to hear what people have. Or even if you have a finished car. Finished cars are cool too. I worked 20 years in the body shop factory at Mercedes-Benz and that's cool. Mercedes, I don't know if I'd want to have to work on a body part on Mercedes. That has to be pretty meticulous and precision with how small and tight those panels are. I'm not a huge fan of body work on this older stuff, let alone some of the Mercedes. Like I said, those are kind of precision. What was your least favorite model to work on in the Mercedes plant? Robots made the most of it today. Yeah, that is true. I forget that they have a lot of robotics in those kind of plants now. I am gonna be sore a week after this. Are you guys enjoying your Tuesday afternoon? I know I am because I'm not out in the snow right now. With the cold, I'm in a nice and warm shop. Did you retire before the robots took over the majority of the work, or did you retire because of that? Worked 4 years in the body shop for armor. That's got to be pretty cool. I bet there's lots of room to um, get the body hot. You didn't have to worry about warping panels too much on those cars. I let Mercedes this way. Let's get better pay if we moved away. Oh, that's cool. So you're in Switzerland? Switzerland looks like a pretty cool place to be. Do you do the same kind of work in Switzerland, or did you change up career fields? Steel factory, that's cool. So you guys producing steel, or you like creating the steel, or are you like making the steel into like sheets or tubing? Sounds like you're all about the metal. Construction and that stuff. Oh, that's cool. Are you welding, like doing the welding of the steel beams and all that stuff for the construction? This is my hobby. Um, I'm a mobile welder and a mobile slaughter guy. So the car is kind of a hobby. I would like to turn the cars into a profession. I always thought that would be really cool to be paid to work on old cars. And that's why I'm kind of trying to do the YouTube because there's not much money to be made on working on old cars, but seems like YouTube might be a possibility to make that into a reality. I really like the welding and fabricating as well. The mobile solders, it's good, but that's definitely just a job in my opinion. It's not a passion. I'm good at it, but it's not a passion. It pays the bills. It's a good career. And if I can get paid to work on cars and fabricate all day, that would be a cool, cool situation. So what I'm doing is I have this stuff called KilMat. It's a sound dampening mat. Helps with like keeping heat in or keeping the cold out, vice versa. But basically, when I put it on, I have to compress all these little dimples or little bubbles. So I just basically have a port 15, treated the metal so it won't rust and kill the rust if there is any there. This car is pretty rust free, but when I put this on there, it helps make the vehicle more like a modern vehicle where it's gonna sound a lot better driving. I won't have all the road noises and all the other stuff from that. And then when I compress these down, it adheres and activates it. I guess I'm not a scientist on it. In Switzerland, the garage city's too expensive. Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely hard to get a garage. I'm actually in my dad's shop right now. He does YouTube as well. His name is Jimmy James Garage. Um, very very sharp on car stuff. It's where I learned a lot of my stuff from. Who I ask for advice and stuff on the cars. But if you want to check out his channel, I think I have a video with it tagged in my channel. He's very close to his 1,000 subscriber goal. And, oh, John, you can get it on Amazon, your local Amazon. It comes to the house when you order it. It's only about $70 for this box size I got, which is like 36 square feet. Um, I'm probably gonna have to order some more when I do these panels in the future in the trunk, but I think I should have enough for the floor and the roof when I get some more pour 15. I gotta get paint the roof again. And yes, I am okay. I'm actually better than okay. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great as well. Let's see. It's like a puzzle. Yep, like Jimmy James Garage said, the local Amazon. Ooh. Basically, this is what I'm doing. I made a huge mess in the shop, so after I get this done, I gotta start cleaning the shop up because Jimmy James Garage has a 1956 Pontiac Safari coming home. His new project. So yeah, so I'm gonna do it all inside. Like I said, I gotta get more. I didn't have enough paint to finish the roof, but I'm gonna paint the roof. I got more I gotta do in the trunk. So I'm basically gonna do it all to the floor and stuff. I gotta finish my little repair job over there. But Eventually, I'll do the door panels since these are all nasty, need to be redone. But I'm gonna do it in the basically the floor right now. That way, I can get the seats back in and get this thing on the road. I just got done doing brake lines and battery cables in it. Um, it's gonna be my daily driver. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, why are you daily driving a '54 Buick when you have a '21 or a Ram Cummins truck?" Well, I don't feel like disconnecting the trailer every night because I use that truck for work, and I need that truck to last a little bit longer since I already got 125,000 miles on it. And what's cooler than driving a freaking old Classic as a daily? Yeah, basically, I'm trying to make it kind of modern with it being old school. That way, it's some creature comforts because we live in Idaho, and I'm going to be taking the car down to Hot August Nights in Reno this year, and I'm not going to trailer it. I'm going to drive it. So I want to make sure it's a runner. I got a little stuff I'm going to do to the engine, basically just a little tune up, and then yeah, that's basically all it really needs right now. I got to do. I got to put a new fenders on the front. It's got two mismatched fenders. One's for a Roadmaster and one's for the Super. Because in '54 they had four portholes only on the Roadmaster on the big cars. The Super did not get the four portholes until '55. So technically, I have one wrong fender, and that one is rotted out more. So I'm basically just trying to find a fender so then I can patina match it because this car's got some pretty cool patina on it besides the front end because it was in an accident in the like '70s or '80s, and basically got park sense. Do you have your own car job, or are you looking to get into the hobby? I Ray, is it Reagan? I'm not very good at spelling or names, so I apologize if I mispronounce your name. English was not my best subject in school. I do have a little car. It means a lot for me. Nice. What kind of car is it? What I did find is I don't like the big roller. It just doesn't compress it down as much. I don't know if it has too much surface area. I really like this medium sized one. It's good to kind of do a little bit with the big, but I just really don't ever use it. And this one's nice to have to get those little tiny gaps. I still got to run to town to grab some aluminum foil tape. I want to tape all the seams because I was recommended to do that so nothing peels up. You don't catch it or peel it up at all. So my dad gave it to me. I have my own car. It's a Mercedes 1984. Oh, that's cool. Those Mercedes were cool in the '80s, I thought, and especially the fact that your dad gave it to you. That's a cool factor of whatever car it could be. It could be a Ford Pinto. If it was passed on by a loved one, hopefully they're still around. But if they're not, it makes it even more special. Is it running or is it a project right now? It's rusty now. Well, the nice thing is if it's not too rusty, you can fix it up and restore it. They have lots of stuff out there to fix the rust and kill the rust, like the 415. That's what I painted on here. I didn't get all the door panels completely done because I was running out of paint. But where I did paint it, I had to grind off because I had to patch a hole, and it turned that rust right into brand new looking steel. It's crazy how it works. Nice. Is that your only classic car? Or... The paint is called POR 15, POR 15. It's like paint over rust 15 is what it's abbreviated for. Ugh, I gotta go turn off the heater. But this is the car. I got kind of a huge mess going on, but it'll be cleaned up tonight. You don't have to feel bad about it. Just start working on it. The best time to start working on a car is now. This is another cool car. That's my dad's. He got it from my grandpa. That's why he kept that one and sold the other one he had. You guys don't forget if you like the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps a lot. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so maybe one day I can make this into from a hobby to a job. Because I do have a 31 Model A. I need to do something with it next. Ooh, gonna be sore, sore, sore. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Does anybody else have any product cards just viewing the stream right now? Would love to hear what you have. He said, I'm big into cars. I like them a lot. I got it from my dad. He got it from his dad. The worst part is if I put bags in this and I gotta cut the transmission tunnel, the drive line, I do wonder how hard it is to get this KilMat out. Read that in a second. One didn't go down very good. That one looked kind of ugly. So, yeah, the Pour 15 stuck's really good. It's really thick. So I kind of misjudged on how much I was going to need. It kind of goes a little bit more faster than you expect. You run out a little quicker, but it stuck really good. I did come through here and surface grind it with the surface grinder and stuff. But some of these spots I didn't really grind because in the corner I poured it on there and it sticks on really good. It's solid on there. Works really good. It's expensive. It's I want to say it was $63 on the local Amazon for a quart. I think it was a quart I got. So it is definitely well worth it, but should be used properly. I wouldn't just, put it on everything or just, go crazy with it. I'd make sure you have an idea and a purpose for it. I know a lot of people put on their frames and stuff. Um, I may eventually put it on the frame if I ever take the cab off, but I'm not taking the cab off right now. So, or the body and the frame, I'd like to clean up before I just painted it on there. But my car is very, pretty much rust free. There's just a little bit of surface rust in here, and then there are two holes up in front, so it wasn't too bad. But there's a lot of videos on YouTube about the Pour 15. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. I did the rust prevention, and basically it just says you can paint it on over the rust, but I wanted the flaky stuff off for sure before I did it. But I think I could have just came in here and painted it. But I had the old insulation that was on the ground in certain spots. Yeah, it's definitely expensive. But I think it was worth it because it's more expensive than the $60 can of paint doing a whole floor pan or letting the whole car rust away. So definitely worth it. Basically, it kills the rust and stops from restarting. Like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but I know it works. I guess it's not supposed to be exposed to sunlight, they say, but like I said, mine's getting all covered back up. It's in the cab. I don't know how well it works on the outer body, but I mean, if you're doing the outer body, I'd probably do it and then paint over it. So drive this car because I'm moving back down to the town. So I'll be in town. I'll be a daily driver. It'll be fun. And I will say these have the Dynaflows, and they're kind of gutless, but man, this car sure drives nice on the highway with it. I took it to the local car show in August that we had here, and I had to drive, you know, an hour or so to get there, and because I lived out of the main town, I drove it on the highway at 70 miles per hour, cruising along like nothing. Ah, my knees are getting tired. Oh yeah, it's fun doing stuff. I enjoy it. It's really fun when you do it, and then you get to go drive around, and people give you compliments on it. It's like the fact that you got to build that or you made it that way, and then people compliment you, it makes it feel that much better. But at the end of the day, I don't do it for anybody else. I do it for myself because I like them. Like I always laugh because I love loud exhaust, loud, good sounding exhaust. None of that, you know, crummy exhaust. It sounds like garbage. It's just loud. Um, People are like, oh, you doing that for attention? No, I'm doing it because I like to hear my exhaust. I like to hear the sound of the engine. You're welcome for providing you with such a great exhaust. That being said, I'm not trying to rev it up at midnight in someone's neighborhood. Are you guys enjoying winter so far? Feels like winter just started. It's still snowing outside. It wasn't supposed to snow today. It was supposed to be done snowing, but I'll be plowing the driveways tomorrow. Might plow it tonight. Have to get out to go dinner. Nice. You know, Ohio gets a lot of snow, doesn't it? I didn't think it would just because of the location on the map where it's at, but I was watching Old Man Garage with my dad, and I believe that guy's in Ohio, and man, he had some snow at his place. Let's see, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, nine, 10 sheets left. It's gonna be a photo finish. I'm definitely gonna have to order some more, but I'm gonna get the main parts like underneath right here that the seat's gonna go over, and the back seat and kind of underneath the transmission. I'll do the floor space for the front last, I guess. A lot of snow. I mean, usually a lot of snow in the winter. Yeah. Luckily, Amazon's local, and I can order some more. I'm gonna wait to get some more though. 'Cause I'm gonna do spark plugs and wires and do the I don't remember what it's called, but my dad told me the other day. It's basically something you add, takes out the old points, and it basically modernizes the original distributor. I'm gonna see if I can get that for this car. It's a 322 nailhead. It'd be kind of cool to keep the old distributor there. So this KilMat's been pretty nicely installed. Just takes a little bit of time to get each one sealed down. Oh, Imagine it. It's kind of like the same as wrapping a vehicle. Gotta make sure you don't have any air bubbles. Which I've had a few. I'm not going to claim to be an expert at this. Can't see it from my house. Especially when I put carpet down. You definitely won't be able to see it. Yeah, spark plug. I didn't know what that guy was talking about. No, there's no foreign objects like that. We don't deal with stuff around here. A spark plug and spark plug wires. So are you still in Ohio, or did you move away from Ohio? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's a pretty good job for never doing this before. Kind of going into slightly blindness with it. I watched a few videos, but I think it would be like the blind leading the blind because I watched some of the stuff and I'm like, I don't think they know what they're doing either. But gives me an idea what it looks like and what I'll be up against trying to get it in here. Oh, nice, Middle East. That's a little bit of a drive. I don't think you can drive there, honestly. I think it's got to take a boat or a plane to get back there. I was watching a video today and it was talking about the size of America, and people were talking about how it blows the European people's mind of how big America is. And they basically said if you drove from Seattle to New York, it was like driving from Paris to like Iraq. Sort of nice. I'd be lying to you if I could tell you exactly where all that is on the map. Um, at one point in time, I could tell you all that stuff because I just in high school or history in school, I just stared at the maps and I loved looking at the maps and how they worked, changed, and formed over time. It really interested me, but I haven't looked at really a map in well, like 10 years since I've been out of high school like that. So I want to say Jordan's kind of on the western side of the Middle East, western northern part, more towards like Russia and all that. So I could be wrong. Probably am wrong, but if you just joined, basically I'm just putting KilMat in the car. It's a sound dampening mat, and that's just it's not hard work. It's just time consuming. Close. Is Jordan considered to be part of the Baltic area, or is that only European? Yeah, it's not hard to get. I got on Amazon, it showed up pretty quick. Um, I'm in a smaller town area. I don't know if Spokane's close. Spokane's a bigger area, and I don't know if they would have it at any other places there. But it's just so easy just to order on Amazon because it's kind of a unique thing. Um, like the Pour 15, I ran out and I tried to order some more from the just part stores local. 'Cause like I said, I do like to support local if I can. But all they had was the black paint, and I was originally trying to buy the black paint, but I didn't pay attention when I bought it, and the little gray that was on the can, I didn't see that, so I bought the gray one instead. So I couldn't get the gray stuff in town, so I'm just gonna order on the local Amazon, like I said, because for me to have the part store order it, I would have to drive over to the part store, which is very inconvenient since it's not, down the road. It's 30, 40 minutes away to the part store that I'd be ordering it from. So, but you can get the 415 in store. But the color I wanted, they don't stock it, I guess. Yeah, the nice thing about the gray is it has made it brighter in the car. So instead of being black and dark, and like I said, I can always paint over it if I don't like the color gray in interior. And it is going to get carpet. I'm going to put carpet in the car. It is very nice having the carpet in the car. So, if you guys haven't yet, make sure you like the channel, give it a subscribe description and a like. It's much appreciated. It doesn't cost you anything. It does help me reach my goal of maybe one day being a YouTuber as well. And I could get paid to work on these cars instead of paying to work on them. Anybody else have any project cars that's viewing right now? Said I'd love to hear what kind of cars you guys have and what your plans are for them. Oh, I got to stretch out. Gonna cramp up and be stuck in the car. Transmission tunnel is kind of a pain in the butt with all the curves it has. Let's see. I'm gonna flip everything around because I'm running out of room. Back up into Basically, I kind of pre-fold it a little bit. Seems to kind of help me out. My main goal is to get basically where the seats and the back windows are going back in, or the panels. That way I can, I mean, I'm leaving those off, but the floor. That way I can put the car back together and drive it. Well, there's a hole right there. Let's see. I don't know if that's the. I have never tried chassis saver. I've only tried the 415 so far. I'm happy with the 415. Have you have you used the chassis saver and do you like it? I'll have to look into that because eventually I need to paint the undercarriage. Like I said, I want this car to last. I'm deciding if I'm gonna take the engine and transmission out and swap it to a manual with the 409 big block Chevy I have, or if I'm just gonna keep it stock, or if I'm just gonna do a manual transmission, leave the nail head. That's all future stuff, though. TR, have you do you have a classic car project that you're working on, or finished one that you did? '94 Ford Bronco with the Wizard. Is that the small body Ford Broncos, or is that one that's the bigger body? I'm not a Ford guy, so I don't really know my Fords. Um, is that like one of the OJ Broncos? Those are pretty cool. What's your plan with the Bronco? You gonna make it into a crawler, a cruiser? You know, lower it, put it on bags. The full size Bronco. Okay, yeah, those are cool. I like those a lot. The nice thing is the Fords are starting to become pretty affordable to work on. They're starting to make a lot more parts for them. They're more readily available, I'd say. What do you mean by a quarter, John? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't leaving anything unanswered. Actually, I need to wait because that's where I gotta do some rust repair. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know they call them any special name. I know like the Chevy Blazers, they call them like the S10 Blazers when they're the small ones. You have to just do it like right there. Yeah, I can. I'm sure I can use that little small strip or something. Uh, just like you're doing, bring it back to daily driver, swap the automatic four drive back to the old four drive locker. Nice. Are you gonna do the KilMat with it? It's pretty nice stuff. I got recommended it by a friend. My dad told me about Dynamat, and he one of his buddies he did it, and he said, "Don't do Dynamat, do KilMat. It's as good or better, and it's more affordable than the Dynamat." I would say it's just time consuming, not hard. I mean, I'm able to do it, so are you gonna kind of make it a stock one? Are you gonna put it on lift kit with bigger wheels, tires? Well, I'm not gonna be able to walk for a week after this. What made you? Okay, yeah, I haven't tried. Nice, that'll be cool. It's cool in their stock sometimes. I mean, like I have a Model A, mine's more of a rat rod, and I still appreciate the bone stock ones that are, you know, have all the different levers to time and adjust it. It's kind of undrivable on those, but it's cool to be different sometimes. You know, everybody lifts them nowadays. They make them kind of hard to drive. Like my Model A, it's rat rod style, but I'm not going to chop the top at all. I want to be able to drive it and enjoy it. Is there any special reason why you have the Bronco? Is it your favorite car you grew up in, or was it left you by someone special, or you just like Broncos? Yeah, they're cool cars. Like I said, I'm not a Ford guy, but I do appreciate the Ford trucks. I think the old school Ford trucks and Broncos are cool. Yeah, they are. My dad had 72 Blazers. I think he had two or three while I was growing up. They're freaking sweet. Broncos basically Chevy Broncos and Blazers, same thing, just different names on the front. Yeah, they do make the new Broncos. Um, it's hit or miss for me because there's some of the Broncos they're sweet looking. The other Broncos, I'm like, ooh, are just awful looking on the newer ones. Looks like a Jeep Liberty. It is funny with the ashtray that you say though, because there's ashtrays on the doors right here, and then I can't grab it. I got ashtrays there, a tissue holder, and then there's the underseat heater that's going back in. I got it pulled out right now. But these old cars are fancy. It's coming along pretty good. If you guys are just joining along, I'm putting this KilMat in to help make the car nicer. And since I don't have carpet in it yet, and I pulled all the seats out, might as well do it right. They, I laughed. There was cigarettes on the back passenger or back driver's side one. It is funny because they just one day stopped putting cigarette or ashtrays in the cars. My Silverados had it. My early 2000 ones. I don't know what year they just stopped putting them in there, but I always use them for coins because I don't smoke cigarettes. Yeah, the nostalgia is cool. Oof. Well, they don't have the chrome or the design anymore on these newer cars. They're all plain. Like my dad's getting a 56 uh, Pontiac Safari. It's basically the Nomad version for Pontiac. And I mean, it's got big old pieces of chrome that go over the hood. It's got little chrome pieces over like the headlights. It looks like little eyebrows. I mean, they had character, and the cars basically lost their character. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the electric cars could be cool, and there's some, some purpose to them. I don't think everybody should have to drive them. I think it should be a choice on that aspect. But like for me, electric car wouldn't work, and I just don't like the way they look. They're just kind of plain. I do like the Cybertruck though. They're kind of cool. They're very different looking, but nothing beats the classic stuff in my opinion. Ooh. No, the only way you can beat electric is if you have enough distance. Uh, Basically, my grandpa explained to me. He says Corvette will smoke a Tesla every day, but off the line you can't be electric. It's instant horsepower. But long term race, they can't keep up with the gas engines. 'Cause the gas engine would create more power in the top end, or the electric's bottom end kind of thing. But let's be honest, I'd rather be in a slower gas car than an electric car. I need that exhaust. I need that sound, that rumble. Ooh. I keep with gas. You can keep the. Oh no, I don't want the electric. I think electric's great for certain people, not for me. Like if I was 85 years old and I just went to the grocery store and did that kind of stuff, electric car would be fine. But I'm not 85 years old and I'm not lame. So a lot of companies are taking old shells. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing. I don't like when I do the electric motors in it necessarily. I think it's kind of cool sometimes when people have like old square body trucks that are like brand new interior and they're cool. Um, there's one guy local to us. Um, he's the modern rural civilian. He's pretty big on social media. And he's got a cool channel. He's got like a '78 Ford with the extended cab that's sitting on top of a 2016 I think body. It's pretty sweet when you have a old school Ford like that with a modern diesel engine and not a 6.0 or 6.4 diesel engine either. Well, the problem about business is so with my business, I tow a trailer, and if I got to wait for a vehicle to recharge, I'm losing money. I ride dirt bikes and motorcycles and electric bikes everywhere. The electric bikes are pretty cool. Those like Surons or whatever they are. I'll say that. Those are cool. My biggest problem with electric though is I don't want to be forced to have to do electric. I think I should be able to choose what kind of vehicle I want to run. And their logic behind it is false. You can't tell me that those electric cars are good for the environment. Yeah. I will say there's no shifting on this car though. It's got the Dynaflow transmission. I believe it's got two gears technically, I believe. But it's a constant variable kind of style transmission. Oh, that's not good. That sucks. Just rip that. That's underneath the seat and you'll never see it. And when I put the aluminum tape over it, you'll never see it. Can't see that from my house. I always love saying that when someone does a somewhat sketchy repair or something that's not super pretty looking. Can't see from my house. I think I'm gonna have to take a break after I do this one. My legs are hurting pretty bad from being squatted down like this all morning. It's hard to lick it. Yeah, that's the problem is the battery life. You can't. I mean, we're just starting to get power tools with batteries that actually last and work. I mean, I would say 10 years ago, 10 years ago, the batteries sucked. You couldn't get me to buy a bat or a wireless tool. I was getting everything corded in still. I got a knee pad right here. That's the only reason I've been able to do it so long. No, I would already tapped out a long time ago if I was just on bare metal. It's just the whole my knees being bent for so long. I'm an old man at 29 years old. I appreciate you guys hanging out, chatting. And if you liked it, make sure you do hit subscribe so you can come back and see other stuff. I try to post. I try to get something out every day, at least multiple times a week, whether it just be a short or long video. Um, I got some videos I got to edit tonight with doing the brake stuff, and they're not. I'm not gonna say that I'm the greatest video maker, but I'm trying. I'm learning. I'll get better and better as I go on with it. It's definitely hard to video and work on it. Yeah, you get carried away doing stuff, and you're like, oh man, I should have recorded that. So, old man at 14. Yeah, I remember when I was 14. Had my first beer. Just kidding. Don't drink. It's not good. Well, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna jump off, go plow some snow, run to town probably. And if you like the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.